Stephanie Milky here, aka KetoMOM, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the KetoMOM podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the KetoMOM Secrets podcast. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the KetoMOM page. My name is Stephanie, and we are going through the book, Dream It, Pin It, Live It. So as you're tuning in, where are you tuning in from? And if you have not been following along, this book is simply a book on how to help you create a vision board, how to dream, how to create a vision board, how to set goals, how to set SMART goals. We're doing this together, and we're going to talk about what it means to create your board today. I'll review in a second, but tell me where you're tuning in from. I was going to shake up my ketones. I actually have been up. I just haven't I haven't drank my ketones yet. I got up early this morning, read my Bible, had some quiet time. Something that our family is doing is we're working on memorizing scripture. So I have this scripture box, and what I heard from somebody else. So there's a mentor of mine that says he takes 7 Bible verses, puts them in the front, says it 7 times every single day, and then moves on. So this is something that's on our vision board to learn more scripture. So I was doing that this morning and just reading. I'm going to shake up my ketones. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Tell me, how did your Thanksgiving go? It's Cyber Monday. Are you shopping? Are you not shopping? And right before I pressed play, my cup broke. Meaning there's like a little spot on here that I can put this on here and shake it up and then put a straw in it, and it broke. Oh well. Good morning. We're going to dive into mindset. I've got to cover it with my finger. Some of you are drinking your coffee. How do you start your morning off? Tell me how you start your morning. Are you a breakfast eater? Do you intermittent fast? Or are you a coffee drinker or a ketone drinker? So if you've never tried them, we should chat. All right. This is a flavor that I'm trying. Or drinking. Mango dragon fruit ketones. I've drinking them for over 8 years. They're amazing. They taste great. Cheers to a really great Monday. All right. Let's recap real quick. How many of you have goals? How many of you have gotten to, it's almost the end of the year and you're like, where did the year go? I shared this probably last week. I shared my vision board for 2023, and I talked about how I was so sad because what I had on my vision board, I didn't achieve. I didn't achieve it because I really wasn't focused, or there's things that we've done that have been really great in this year, like move to Florida and some other things, but I really did not achieve a lot of things on my vision board. So I am creating one for 2024. If you don't know what that is, listen, this is what I'm doing. So in this book, Dream It, Pin It, Live It, she talks about how visually having a board in front of you of things that you want to accomplish to stay in front of you to help you hit those goals, right? Having a vision board keeps it in front of you. So we've talked about writing down 101 things. That was the first thing, of just dreaming and just anything, writing anything down. I didn't get to 101. I stopped at 38. And it's okay. You don't have to get to 101. That was just the first goal. Then it was take 10 things and continue to write those 10 things that, like, in 2024, here's 10 things that I want to accomplish, big and little. We talked about SMART goals. And what SMART stands for is, like, are they achievable? Are they smart? Are they time sensitive? Is it something that you really can go after? So here is what I'm working on, my vision board, and it's different. I'm going to tell you how I kind of focus on my vision board because it just makes sense in my head. But we're on chapter 4, and she says we're going to design your board. So if you've not done any of this, you can go back and watch the other lives. But she basically says this. This is more than a craft, right? Your vision board is like a target. It's a direction for where you want to go in your life in this next year. I love how she says, I want you to frame your future. We often frame our past, right? We frame pictures from our past. And so she goes, we are taught to frame the past by displaying photographs of what we've already done. But the opposite is true of your vision board. You are literally framing your future before it happens. It's the power of putting it in front of you because it helps you make better choices. It helps you make different decisions. It keeps you on track. Your vision board is a collage of images and symbols visualizing your personal dreams and goals. Most people think in pictures and images, not in words. So if you want a new car, you don't think CAR. You think in a picture. What kind of car do you want, right? What do you want it to look like? Do you want it to be a truck or what color? Like, we think in pictures. That's the power of thinking of your goals, writing them down, getting specific, making them measurable, and then coming up with a picture that you can put on a board so that you can see it. So she walks you through. She goes, all right, if your goal is to, she gave you a couple examples. If your goal is to save $5,000, print out a picture of cash, write down the vision, make it plain, clear, and write across the photo, save $5,000 by December 31st, 2024. If your goal is vacation in the Bahamas, print out a picture or a postcard or the resort that you want to go to. Write down your achievable goals. Research the cost. Include flights, hotels, meals, excursions. Write down the vision, vacation in Bahamas by July 31st, $7,000. Does that make sense? Like your vision board is going to be clear. It is going to be a SMART goal. It is going to be, you might have something that's like wildly crazy, like, oh my goodness, if this were to happen, it would be incredible. And then something that you're like, for one of mine, on my vision board, I wrote down, I want to get family pictures taken. We haven't done it in years. I take all of our family pictures with our phone. So we have a friend that works at our church, and I said, I want to take family photos. Get them done by Michael. I want to do them on the beach. I want to do them. I need to have by when. So I would tell you this, get specific. And you might go, I was talking to somebody and I said, hey, have you ever created a vision board? And he was like, no. And so let me ask you this question. Does the thought of a vision board overwhelm you? Is it confusing? What questions do you have around it? Are you going to do it? So this book gives you an idea of an understanding of just helping you dream. She even says there's special theme boards, like somebody who's going to get married, right? They'll have a wedding theme board or a vision board. Or if you want to build a home, it might be a vision board just of the home and everything that you want to build in that home. You could have a family dream board or a vision board. You could have lots of different things. And so here's what you need. You need to get a notebook and start dreaming. You need to write things down. Work on writing 101. I didn't get to 101 things, but just sit down and write. Nothing is off limits. Then you're going to take those and narrow it down to like 10 things I truly want to accomplish next year. Here's what I did. I think of things in like a full circle. I like to explain to people, for example, if you've never heard me say this before, I say, think of your life as like a tire, right? And you've got different spokes in your tire. And you've got your health spoke, your spiritual spoke, your relationship spoke, your work spoke, your financial spoke. You've got all of these different spokes that create your tire. If one of those spokes is broken, it affects the other spokes, right? So I like to think about all these different areas of your life. And so I create mine like a circle. And then I pick a word of the year. If you've never done that, I would say, think of a word that you'd be like, man, in 2024, I prayed about this. I want this to be my word so that if I need a word to like anchor me into this year. It could be consistency. Our daughters picked their words. Our oldest is ambition. I think she picked ambition. Our second daughter picked faith. Our third daughter picked character. She's working on her character and what that even means to her. Our fourth daughter is 10. She doesn't know yet. My husband's word is action, and my word is surrender. So we pick a word that as you go throughout your days and your weeks and your months, it's just a word that you're like, this is going to represent my year. This is something that if I have a bad day or I have a moment or like, what in the world am I doing? Or I'm trying to figure out like, is this what I want? You've got a word to anchor things into what you're wanting. Does that make sense? If you have a word, if you already have your word for 2024, if you're already doing this, if you're like, I do this, Stephanie, awesome. You should share it below. If you don't, it's just something I think that's fun. I think it's super helpful. Now, I took my circle. I put my word in the middle of the circle. I've done this for years. And then I think about those different spokes. So I wrote spiritual spoke, and I wrote down the things that we're going to work on as a family. I wrote family, right? I wrote down health, and I wrote down my health goals, finances. I wrote down a couple other things that I want to work on, my work spoke. And I'm filling in the goals with times and being specific underneath each of those spokes. It's just what works for me in my brain. Some people make a collage, like my husband has everything. He built it on Canva. Our oldest girls built it on Canva. I like to do paper. You guys, there's no right or wrong. This is for you to create a vision for your future. So if you have questions, I would encourage you to reach out and ask. This is the book that I've been going through, whether you get it or you don't get it. The concept is dream, write things down. Then she says, get a board, pictures, glue or tape or anything else. Maybe you want to use glitter and fun markers. It doesn't matter. But the action step is schedule a time to start creating your board after you have gone through the other chapters of the SMART goals, right? Like writing things down, getting an understanding of what you want and making them specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time sensitive. So if you have any questions, reach out. I want to say thank you for tuning in. There's still quite a bit of this book. I think it's really more stories and getting your mindset on track as you work through this vision board and your mindset is super important, right? So I would love to know if there's one thing that you're like, I already know this is going to be on my vision board. I would love for you to share below. What is one thing that you're going to do? One thing that's going to be on your vision board. I would love to know. You already know one of mine. She says pick, some big things and some things that are for sure measurable. Like I want family pictures. I put it on my vision board. It's going to be so great. So I want to say thank you for tuning in. Reach out with questions. As always, you can go to KetoMomSecrets.com. You can click on recipes, how to get started, click on trial packs. We've got fun trial packs going on. We've got Black Friday still going on, but we've got Cyber Monday, buy one, get one free keto up. So there's a lot of fun things. If you've never tried ketones and you want to know more about them, post ketones in the comments. Otherwise, have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.